Did anybody call when I was in the shower?
Telemarketer. I spoke French to him, and he hung up.
You don't speak French.
I speak phony French fluently. All right, who wants a nice hot crumpet?
I'm not hungry.
What's a crumpet?
They're like English muffins, only more English. I saw them at the store. I haven't had one in years, and I brought Devonshire cream and a lovely crock of, let's pretend it's butter for any killjoy who happens to be on a diet.
Why are you in such a good mood?
I don't know. Is it bothering you?
Yes.
Look, Mamma Mia. Daddy and Misha are taking me to that for my birthday.
Says who?
Daddy bought tickets. They're taking me and Taylor. And first, we're having dinner at a fancy restaurant.
Oh, well, honey, I think that's more of an idea. Your daddy can't plan your birthday without talking to me.
Mom, you have to say yes. It's Broadway.
Right, which means it's more of an event birthday, like 13. You're just turning 9. That's not even a round number.
That's just stupid.
Okay, we're done here. Go brush your teeth.
Now you're going to make a big deal over it, right? And have a fight with Daddy and ruin my birthday.
Go brush your teeth while you still have some. You see what he's doing? He's doing this whole birthday extravaganza, and then if I say no, I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Yes? What?
Yes, that seems to be how it sorts out.
Hello, the house.
Don't come in here in a good mood.
Ignore her, Kyle. You have permission to be in a good mood if you want to be. Have a crumpet while they're still warm.
No, thanks. So I got your message to come over. What's up?
I figured out how to revive Teen Harbor. If we follow my plan, by the end of the day tomorrow, we will have new funding and you will have your job back.
By the end of the day tomorrow?
If Ma says it's going to happen, Kyle. Unless, of course, there's a man involved to screw it up. You know what men are? First drafts. It's like God made Adam, and then he said, hell, I can do better than that. So he made women. Now, I've written 1 billion briefs and 500 million letters and tons of speeches, and I know what you do with first drafts. You shred them. Or at least you ball them up and you throw them away. But no, God had to be godly. So he not only let the first drafts live, but he let them run the whole stupid world, and we wonder why it's so messed up. Hey, Lauren, move your butt. We're going to be late. Tell her I'm in the car.
Is there something I said?
No, you heard her. It's all God's fault. Here, have a crumpet.
Tell me how long this alleged meeting is supposed to last. Okay, give me his voicemail.
Good morning.
No, it's not. Hey, Michael, could you please call me so that we can discuss Lauren's birthday, which you've already planned without bothering to consult me? And for the record, I am not okay with mega adventures on Times Square, nor am I okay with being the monster who sticks a giant pin into Lauren's birthday bubble. So will you please call me so we can figure out what to do about this mess you created? How do you and Mia handle birthdays?
We alternate years. When it's not my year, I don't ask questions. It's a good system. I recommend it.
Well, I'm a little confused because I've planned every birthday of Lauren's life. When we were married, I had to whisper to Michael what we got her while she was unwrapping it. And now, suddenly, he's the birthday fairy.
He got married.
You think Alicia's planning it?
I don't know. It just sounds like they want to play family.
Oh, you're right. Doesn't that just make you want to throw up? Donna!
Oh, Judge Gray? Don't get any messages, no.
None?
Don't worry, he's probably in court. And
Thank you.
Phone.
Donna, did you?
I'm taking care of it right now.
Who hasn't called?
You know who. We had dinner 4 nights ago. We had a really great time. Why hasn't he called?
You had a nicer time than he did. Oh, you want to answer you alike? Okay. He fell madly in love with you and he's having trouble coping with the intensity of his feelings. Okay, tell me the answer you want and I'll give it to you.
Okay. It's all set. You owe me so big. 7 o'clock reservations, table by the window. The Chateau Lange Barge, the 85 if they have it, will be decanted a half an hour before you get there. And over dessert, a strolling violin will stroll in. And violin? And you just need to pick a song.
How are you big, Donna?
So what's all this about?
I'm taking Andrea to Christini's tonight.
And what's the occasion?
No occasion. I just wanted to take her out for a nice dinner, that's all.
Yeah. I get it.
You get what?
I get it, Bruce. I'm not an idiot. You've decided that tonight's the night.
No, I haven't.
Oh, please. You've choreographed an entire seduction ritual.
No, I planned a nice evening. I happen to believe that seduction, if you want to call it that, should take a lot longer than a couple of hours, or even a couple of weeks.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
I'm saying what I said.
Are you calling me a hussy?
Nobody on the planet uses that word anymore.
But that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Judge Gray, as much as I would love to pursue this conversation, you have a very full docket.
Not bad.
Not bad. I never thought I'd be able to do anything like this. I can't draw a stick.
Maybe not, but you can paint a stick. It's fine. You're doing very well. You just have an unreasonably demanding teacher. I'll tell you what. Take this home and spend some time with it.
What is it?
Frida Kahlo, your new source of inspiration. She was a Mexican communist married to a crazy but brilliant womanizing muralist named Diego Rivera.
She's beautiful.
Oh, anyone can be beautiful. She was feisty. Look, here's my favorite. The Suicide of Dorothy Hale. Do you know who Dorothy Hale was?
Oh, yes. Sort of.
She was a New York socialite. But her husband died and she lost her wealth. She arranged a lunch with a publisher friend in hopes that he'd give her a job. Instead, he gave her $1,000 and told her to buy the prettiest dress she could find and use it to catch a rich husband. She bought the dress, put it on, and jumped from the top of her penthouse. Now, a friend hired Frida Kahlo to paint Dorothy's portrait, and instead, Frida Kahlo painted the actual suicide. It's a masterpiece, as you can see.
Yes, it's very artistic. But I don't want to paint, dead people.
Well, that's not the point. If you want to paint something more impressive than landscapes, you have to find your inner feisty woman. I know she's in there.
In the matter of 16-year-old Pamela Taylor, we are revisiting a custody arrangement. And I see that the terms of the divorce stipulated joint custody. That's been in place for 5 years. And I'm sure you're all ready to tell me why that isn't working anymore. So who wants to go first?
Your Honor, my client feels that it would be in Pamela's best interest to stop going back and forth between houses, and that because of her age and circumstances, she should be with her mother.
Your Honor, my client agrees. The house hopping has been very detrimental for Pamela. But she also feels Pamela would be better off living at her father's house.
Okay. This is either an amazing show of altruism or a situation where no one wants the child. Which is it?
Here's Pamela's record, Your Honor. It'll explain a lot.
Actually, I think my file is more current.
This is as of 2 days ago.
She was picked up for shoplifting last night.
Last night?
Okay, just give them both to me, and I'll spend some time getting caught up on Pamela's extracurricular activities. And Mr. Van Exel will tell us when we're going to be here tomorrow.
11:30.
11:30 tomorrow.
before you get frostbite.
Okay. What's all this?
I canceled our reservation.
You what?
Well, if you haven't noticed, it's freezing outside, and I thought it'd be nice if we stayed inside. We can have a nice, quiet, cozy evening. Do you want some wine? Gracie's at her father's. We have the whole house to ourselves. I have a lovely Chateaubriand that's going to be perfect in about an hour and a half. What's wrong?
Nothing.
There's something wrong.
No, it's just that can we talk about this?
About what?
You've hijacked my evening.
What?
I went through a lot of trouble to plan everything, and suddenly I'm not even in the co-pilot seat.
I'm really sorry. I just thought it would be nice to stay.
It is. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm not in the mood for a big fancy evening. I think I'm just gonna go home. I'm sorry. I'll call you tomorrow.
So then he tells me I need to find my inner feisty woman, and it hits me.
What?
Well, he's single, he's attractive, he owns his own art gallery, and he likes feisty women. Your sister is single, she's attractive, and if she isn't feisty, then the rest of us should just give up.
Isn't Amy seeing someone?
Oh, you know Amy? It'll only last 2 weeks.
So what? You want to line up the guy for the next 2 weeks?
Amy gets bored easily. This guy is fascinating.
This is what he wants you to paint?
Well, not this in particular. He's trying to help me be less boring. As an artist.
You're not boring, you're great. I love the one you did of the ocean.
Yeah, but it's just the ocean.
It's pretty, it matches the couch. Don't start painting women sitting on cacti with curled up rats.
Honey, you don't understand art.
Yes, I do. This is just some wacko regurgitating self-obsession on a canvas and throwing in a curled up rat so it'll seem deep.
It's not a rat. It's something Mexican.
Honey, I don't think you should try fixing Amy up with the weirdo art teacher.
He's not a weirdo.
He's a weirdo, and it's a rat.
Michael, here's what I don't get. Up until this year, you didn't even know when Lauren's birthday was. No, but we've always had low-key birthdays. Back when I was planning them and you weren't interested, we agreed we weren't going to be those parents who hire magicians and get elephant rides. Broadway is too bigger than an elephant. Ask anybody. Well, no, here's what I think you're going to do. I think you're going to plan a normal birthday, and it better be something she likes so she's not angry at me for nixing the ridiculous birthday. Well, I don't know, Michael. Why don't you have Alicia figure it out? What's a normal birthday? Gee, I don't know. Maybe something that doesn't cost $300 a seat.
So, well, you've got the custody hearing up first. It's a docket challenger if I ever saw one.
So?
So what?
How was your big date?
Fine. You want to hear your morning?
I'd rather hear your evening.
Judge Gray, with all due respect, my evening's my own business.
Key to starting anything is getting all of the elements in place. No use trying to get Teen Harbor up and running without someone to run it.
Right.
And this man is one of the best social workers that I have ever seen. Which is why they ran him out on a rail. You know, he had ideas, he was proactive. No room for that in government work.
What's he doing now?
Building houses for poor people.
Wow. Like Jimmy Carter. Why would he go back to a desk job?
Because I'm going to flirt with him. Oh, you never tried that?
How do you think I passed organic chemistry?
Hey, Mac. How are you?
Maxine,
I was in the neighborhood.
you look great.
You look better. This is my nephew, Kyle. Joe Mackenzie.
How you doing?
It all depends on why Maxine is here.
I have an idea.
No.
Kyle and I are starting a drop-in center that would cater to homeless teens, runaways, the ones who fall out of the system. We need someone to be in charge.
I'm busy.
We are looking for someone with a strong background in social work, someone who understands the fine line between empowering young people and getting duped by them. You were always the best at that.
I don't do that anymore, Maxine. And stop looking at me that way.
This is an independently funded operation. You wouldn't have to deal with DCF at all. What way do you mean?
The way you look when you want something from me.
I'd almost forgotten about that look.
I like what I'm doing.
But you missed the kids. You were in it for the kids back. And no one was better than you, not even me.
Maxine.
Not that you aren't an impressive carpenter, but there are a lot of people who can hammer and saw. There are very few people who can get an abandoned, angry child to listen, let alone hope.
What would it pay?
More than you're making now.
Where's the funding coming from?
We're working on that.
You get your money, and you come back and see me.
I certainly will.
You are good.
So, I read all about Pamela's adventures. School detentions and suspensions, DUIs, driving without a license, numerous runaway attempts, and now this week she's taken up shoplifting. As I understand it, each side is arguing that Pamela's problems are caused by the stress of going back and forth between homes, and each side is arguing that the other side needs to provide the consistent home.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Well, I predict that no one's going to come out of it that easily. Mr. Taylor, what's your story?
Your Honor, Pamela and Lynette don't get along. They never have. Pamela yells at Lynette and calls her names. As you can see, Lynette doesn't need that stress right now.
Well, Mrs. Taylor, do you have any medical condition that would make stress dangerous to you or the baby?
No, Your Honor, no medical condition. But it's hard being my age and pregnant for the first time and working.
I'm sure it is. Mrs. McGrath, what are things like when Pamela's at your house?
Your Honor, we've tried everything. Curfews, taking away the computer, the phone, the television. We've spent, I can't tell you how much time and money in therapy. Pamela is a constant disruption in our house. She's a horrible influence on the younger children.
Who are all Pamela's step-siblings?
That's correct, Your Honor. 3 boys.
Your Honor, we just want some peace in our house.
So do we, Your Honor.
Okay. Where's Pamela now?
She's at school.
What time will Pamela be joining us here tomorrow, Mr. Van Exel?
11 a.m.
11 a.m., everyone. Thank you. Okay. What is available for discussion?
The Middle East is always good for a chuckle.
Or we could talk about what we did last night. You go first.
Okay, I finished reading Killing Pablo, and then I set the sleep timer to the History Channel.
It sounds like something somebody would do alone.
I told you it was a seduction ritual.
Well, something interesting must have happened in between dinner and the History Channel.
You know, it's bad for your digestion to eat lunch while your employer grills you about your personal life.
Okay, it's even worse for your digestion to be a repressed, uptight Catholic.
Would you please tell me how the hell this became about religion?
Yesterday you accused me of being a tramp.
No, you accused yourself. I had a bad evening. It didn't work out the way I planned, and it's highly possible I was a jerk. That's as much as I'm willing to tell anyone right now, even a close friend.
Okay, we're gonna varnish this one today, and I'll frame it for you. Otherwise, you'll still be repainting that rock until your grandchildren are taking lessons from me.
So how long have you had this place?
This place, about 3 years. 5 other places before this one.
Each place bigger than the last?
Yes, I've been lucky. In the kind of way that people are lucky when they work their butts off for a lot of years.
Is that why you don't have a family? The long hours? I mean... What?
You're not very good at this.
Good at what?
When a happily married woman is asking questions geared to finding out how well I'm doing financially or whether or not I'm dating, it's because she has a friend or a sister or a cousin she wants to fix up with me.
I'm just making conversation. I'm curious. I'm bad at this.
Friend, cousin, or sister?
Sister-in-law. She's a judge.
Hmm.
She's smart, she's funny, she's beautiful. I mean, the way you like it. Feisty. She just has horrible taste in men.
So you thought she'd like me?
Okay, I'm really bad at this.
Jillian, it's good that you're bad at this. I'm not an accountant. I don't get fixed up on blind dates. People try, and I say no thanks. I do reckless, artistic things, like fall for happily married women who are terrified of the unconventional. I guess I like the challenge.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Well, you said you wanted to sleep late.
Late, yes, but not late.
Well, be more specific next time. Or here's a radical thought. Set the alarm clock. Honey.
What? Why are you so prickly this morning?
I'm not prickly. I'm also, it appears, not as boring as I've been led to believe.
You're not boring, honey. What are you talking about?
My art teacher, Mr. Find Your Inner Feisty Woman, I think he made a pass at me.
What do you mean you think?
He did. He made a pass at me.
This is the guy you wanted to fix up with Amy?
I was trying to. But then he said he didn't want to meet her because he'd already fallen for me.
He said that?
Well, you don't have to sound so surprised.
I'm not. I mean, someone should make a pass at you. I mean, it makes sense. Well, you're not going to that class anymore.
Yes, Peter. I figured that out.
Look, I'm late. Talk about this when I get home.
How is it going back and forth between homes?
Daddy and Lynette are all into the baby, and Mom is busy trying to make sure that Frank's kids like her.
And that's what's causing all your problems?
I'm just saying.
Well, I noticed from your records that your grades started slipping a year before your parents divorced.
Yeah, that was probably when they were fighting all the time.
Okay. So you've been under a lot of stress for a long time, and it might not let up anytime soon. I'm sure someone has explained to you that everyone has problems and stress. Meanwhile, you cannot keep disrupting two households.
Isn't that why we're here? To decide which household I get to disrupt?
We're here to determine which situation is in your best interest.
That is such a load of crap.
No, you don't know what a load of crap is until you've spent a night in detention. Do you want to add that experience to your resume?
Look, neither of them wants me. Fine. But every time I run away, they haul me back and fight over who has to take me. What am I supposed to do?
So, has Barry Crumble called you yet?
You're changing the subject.
Yes, I am.
No, he hasn't, but that's fine because I hate all men anyway. It's your turn. What's still wrong?
Maybe it wasn't ever about the reservation. Maybe it was more about what she was wearing.
You didn't approve of her outfit?
No, I approved. But when she put that dress on, she was already envisioning it lying on the bedroom floor.
Are we getting back to the part where you're not repressed and uptight?
I'm not. You know what I am? I'm a guy whose girlfriend got pregnant, okay? When I was a second-year law student. Did I ever mention that? I dropped out to get a job to support Mia and the baby. I thought we'd get married. And after Rebecca was older, I'd go back and finish law school. But that never happened because Mia had other ideas. Lots of other ideas.
You really like this woman?
Yes.
Enough to be scared of her.
Yes.
So no one called? Amy, you're acting as if you're in high school.
I'm not.
That was mature.
Hello? Oh, yeah, hey, Michael. No, it's okay. No, a slumber party sounds reasonable. Does she have enough friends in Manhattan for a slumber party? Oh? No, if the parents are willing to drive that far. Yeah, that's okay. Thanks for running it by me. Goodbye. I guess Michael and Lisa are having a slumber party for Lauren.
Oh, I'm sure she'll enjoy that. And thank God we can avoid it.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I just don't like her being with them on her birthday.
You don't have to like it, Amy.
I gotta rule on this really ooky case tomorrow. What?
I know that you can't discuss the Uki case, so I'm acknowledging that I heard you.
Can we discuss a hypothetical situation?
As long as that's what it is.
Well, let's just say there's a situation wherein neither parent wants custody of a minor, and the minor is such a giant pain that you can't really blame either parent.
I suppose King Solomon would say that both parents deserve to have their lives ruined equally.
Well, they've been trying to do that, but now they're arguing that maybe the kid's behavior might be improved if she had a more consistent environment.
The hypothetical parents are arguing?
Okay, forget it.
Well, honey.
No, you're right. You're right.
Take a look at this.
What is it?
One of those behavioral modification places for teens. You know, troubled, hypothetical teens.
I thought you hated these places.
Well, at least this one's in town, and they don't make them sleep in the woods or howl at anything.
Don't you ever get mad at Jared?
What? Why would I?
He let you go. He didn't fight for you.
Jared and I are adults. We made an adult decision together.
Still, you kind of expect the fight, don't you?
This is childish, ain't it?
I was just being rhetorical. It's the first cousin of hypothetical. Whatever happened to writing book reports on pieces of notebook paper?
What do you mean?
Well, your last report was a mobile, and the one before that was a 3D castle with a moat. When I was in school, doing a book report didn't require a trip to the art supply store.
Wasn't that boring?
No, because the book report actually had to do with the book.
Hey,
So
Taylor, wait up.
Hey, Lauren.
Bye, Mom.
Amy! Hi. I just want to say thank you. Taylor is excited out of her mind about Lauren's birthday party.
Well, actually, Michael is throwing the party this year.
Oh, no, I know. I just assumed you were, helping with the expense.
Nope, it's his turn for that, too.
Wow. He must be doing really well.
He's doing well enough to throw a slumber party. I'm really glad Taylor can go. I wasn't sure how folks would feel about driving to Manhattan for a birthday party.
Are you kidding? I just wish I could go to the party. In fact, I'm thinking about volunteering to help chaperone.
Seriously?
Oh, I want to see the looks on those kids' faces. I mean, didn't you have that fantasy as a kid, spending the night in a toy store?
Toy store?
Oh, I hope I'm not. The slumber parties at FAO Schwartz. I thought you knew. I'm late for an appointment. It's really nice seeing you.
I'm on their website, Michael. I know exactly how much you're paying for this extravaganza. You could buy a car for that.
You know what the website says. You don't know how much I'm paying. And frankly, Amy, it's none of your damn business.
How is it none of my...
Judge Gray, I was wondering, can I ask you for a favor?
No.
No?
No, it is not the right time to ask me for a favor.
Okay. Thanks.
Just go ahead and tell me what the favor is.
I'm scared too.
Well, don't be. I'm not mad at you.
Who are we mad at?
Man! No, not you. Donna, did you know that you could throw a slumber party at FAO Schwartz? Not just you, but any fool who wants to and who's willing to part with 5 figures worth of income.
Wow.
It's not wow. It's disgusting.
Oh.
If you were my ex-husband, would you spend that much money just to get back at me?
Well, if I were your ex-husband, apparently I might.
Judge Gray, we've got that sentencing hearing in 10 minutes.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be sentenced by me in 10 minutes, would you?
No. Yes. Oh, hey, boy.
And so we decided it would make more sense to secure funding from one corporation rather than try to juggle the interests of all the benefactors on top of trying to run the facility. Since your company is well known for its local charitable contributions, we thought of you as our logical first choice.
I drive by Teen Harbor every day, Mrs. Gray. I've seen the so-called children. The ones with the orange and green hair and the dog collar chains.
Yes, I know how they look. I also know who they are. The fact is, the vast majority of homeless teens are on the street because they don't have another choice. Without a place like Teen Harbor, they are at the mercy of the elements, the perverted predators, and yes, they are at the mercy of their own idiotic teenage judgment. But if you were to spend some time with them, you would realize they really are children.
That's all very heartwarming, but we're not the Salvation Army. Before I write a check, you have to tell me what's in it for me, what's in it for my business.
Publicity. You said it yourself, you drive by Teen Harbor every day. So do thousands of other people. We could put a big sign out front with your logo on it and rename it Hudson Brothers Teen Harbor. You could persuade people to associate your company with the betterment of mankind. I mean, let's face it, not everyone has warm, fuzzy memories of filing an insurance claim.
All rise.
Well, I have before me one of the saddest predicaments that a person in my position can confront. An unwanted child. I usually don't put it in such stark terms in front of said child, but in this case, the minor in question is at an important threshold. It's the place right before maturity, right before reality. The place where she needs to confront the truth about herself and her situation. Pamela, I am talking to you. I am sorry for what you're going through. I am sorry that your parents are trying to get you out of their respective houses. But after talking with you, I understand it. A baby deserves unconditional love. A child deserves unconditional love. But you are getting to the place where no one has to appreciate you just because you exist. You are obligated to behave in a way that makes people care about you. And the easiest way to do that is to start caring about them. Okay, well, I'm not going to modify the custody agreement at this time. I have examined Pamela's probation record, and based on the circumstances of her most recent arrest, I have grounds right now to lock her up. But instead of detention, I am hereby ordering Pamela to spend 30 days in a behavior modification rehab program.
What? You mean like camping and crap? Mom, you're not going to let them send me to some rehab place, are you? Daddy, please. Daddy.
Pamela, if I were you, I'd work very hard at this.
I know I was supposed to call, but I wanted to say this in person.
But do you want to come inside?
No, it's short. You don't know me all that well. You don't know my history. It's not that I don't think that you're, I need for things to proceed more. Look, Rebecca's mother called all the shots, and I followed her lead for a decade. By the end, she had lost all respect for me, and so had I. I'm not going down that road again. So I'll spend the night when and if we decide it's time.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to say.
All right.
I'll call you.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, it's time. Okay. Let's go.
Where?
Get Ned's jacket. We're going for a ride.
Peter, what are you going to do? Please don't make a scene in front of Ned.
Jillian. And this must be...
This must be her husband, the boring, conventional insurance agent. And this is Ned, our boring, conventional toddler. You know what really irks the hell out of me? People like you who call themselves free-spirited artists and think that justifies any way they want to behave, when the truth is, you're nothing more than a common, everyday scoundrel trying to guilt my wife into having an affair with you by convincing her she's boring if she says no. I told Jillian she has to stop taking your classes, but you know, that's really not fair, because she loves painting, and why should she have to stop? So I'm here to tell you, if you say one more disrespectful word to her, I'm going to drive back over here and make you sorry. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I really don't feel like driving back over here. And there are plenty of places where Jillian can take art classes.
Well, another day down the drain. How did your hypothetical case work out?
I used your hypothetical advice. Girl was a pain. I felt bad for her. Nobody wanted her. Nobody was willing to fight.
That happens.
How do you know when to give up?
What are we hypothetically giving up on?
Men.
In answer to your earlier question, of course I'm mad at Jared. My fantasy was that he would give up his whole financial empire to have me. But it was a fantasy, Amy. Something I entertained. I know that's not the way things actually work.
You ever worry that you're becoming the kind of person who isn't worth the fight?
No, I don't worry about that. I feel that my only job in life is to be who I am.
Why can't you just let me hate men? Why can't you hate them with me?
Because it's kind of pleasant.
Hating them?
No, missing them.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Can Amy get to the bottom of a teenager's beating? Find out on Judging Amy. Next on TNT.